and gentlemen, look, it's Wayne Marshall.
Hi.
I was travelling around the country this afternoon. I was in a place called Montabaur, which is very close to here. And as I was driving past, I saw this gentleman standing at the side of the train station looking lost. And I thought, oh God, that poor soul, I have to pick him up, take him home, feed him, give him a cup of tea.
Well, it's just that I'd never been to Montabaur before, so I thought, let's see what can I find in this amazing town. Then I found you.
You found me, but I think I found you.
Yeah.
Now, a long time ago, in a channel far away, you and I had a little Zoom interview, remember? And we posted that on the channel. We talked about life, music, and the world, and everything else. And since then, that's my daughter downstairs. She's very talkative now.
She's now talkative.
She was petrified when he arrived first.
Yes.
We'll get there.
But now she's going to come. She's going to make her presence known.
He's promised before he leaves this evening, he is going to
pick her up.
He's going to pick her up, hold her. Yes. And she's going to scream her lungs out.
No, she won't. No.
No, she won't. No, but back then, Wayne and I decided, Wayne's regularly in Germany. I don't travel around as much as I used to, but we really must finally get together. And it's been a long time in the making.
Too long, actually.
Too long, isn't it?
But
It's been too long.
Yeah, it's really great to be here with you and to find you in your studio, which is really quite something.
It is. It's
well, it
a
is.
lot
It's
smaller than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah. On looking on the internet, it's quite. But it's amazing, this whole wealth of equipment here. But
this is the first time you've played a Hauptwerk installation, is that right?
Well, I have played Hauptwerk before, but this is the first time I'm playing this particular Hauptwerk installation, which is pretty impressive. I mean, you have so many different sample sets in here, and. It's mind blowing. I mean, I never realised exactly what
I'm trying to talk Wayne into getting his own Hauptwerk for. I don't know. Is this going to be for at home in Malta or at home in the UK?
Well, I mean, it could be anywhere, but I think probably home in Malta, really, or maybe both. But I have to say that it is a wonderful system, and I'm all in favour of this kind of thing because I'm really into technology and
it's addictive, isn't it?
It is a bit. Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
It's
pretty addictive. And of all the sample sets we could have chosen today, Wayne himself, when we were going through the list, he chose
Blackburn Cathedral.
Blackburn Cathedral. John, if you're watching, he's a fan.
Definitely.
Book him. But you know the real instrument, Blackburn Cathedral?
Yes, I do.
Yes, of course.
I played it.
It's wonderful.
Yes,
isn't it?
Fantastic. And
This
is really, as a sample set, it's really quite something.
It's good, isn't it?
Very good.
It's very good. And they're working on a second version of it, which will be even better.
Right, okay. So when is that coming out soon, or?
I don't know. Is it coming out soon? Sam, a guy called Sam, is doing he's revoicing the instrument, basically.
Good.
So, Sam, how are we doing? Wayne wants to know.
Yeah, well, I mean, having played a little bit of it, there's a couple of notes that are out of tune. The bottom C on the 32-foot reed is a bit, and but anyway. But I suppose that when you record these sample sets, you have to record every single pipe, every note, every kind of attack and
that's right.
Release, and
every single pipe in the organ is recorded at least 3 individual times, and that you then use those samples to create the attack, the release, and a big sort of loop sample as well.
So it's a lot of hard work.
Painstaking. And don't forget, that's just the recording process. That can take days on an instrument of that size. But the processing that then goes on, the denoising, general processing, etc., that can take up to a number of months.
Meaning again, denoising.
So well, let's have an example. Are we recording? Let's press this button, and we should be. Yes, we are recording the organ now, so we can hear this. So let's find here, for example, the imperial trumpet. Okay, so that's just one note, and obviously when you record that, you have a beautiful recording as if you were going to make a CD, which you can then mix and make it sound very nice. But for a sample, you want to remove every single piece of extraneous noise that's in there. So the room noise.
I see. So the
ice cream van that was driving past in the background. So everything is not necessarily the acoustic. The acoustic stays. The reverberation tail stays. You need that. That's very important.
Yeah.
But all the sort of the extraneous noise, blower noise, general background noise. I suppose the noise of the microphones themselves, I suppose. You want to remove as much of that as possible digitally so that you have a perfectly clean sample. And then later, I think my daughter's choking downstairs. And then it's live.
She's all right, yeah.
And then by the end of the process, of course, you add all that back in again to give you the feeling that you're actually in the cathedral sitting at the organ. Now, why remove it in the first place if you add it back in anyway? Well, you've recorded every single pipe. So there are several thousand pipes in the
Yeah.
organ. So you have the several thousand pipes with the background noise, the several thousand background noises, etc. If you play a Wayne Marshall 10-note 2-foot chord, you're going to have a hell of a lot of background noise in addition to the sound. So all that is removed first and then put back in as a single entity later.
Quite complicated, isn't it? But it's worthwhile, though. I mean, the end result, though, is when you have something like...
Fantastic, isn't it? Now, this is the first sample set we tried today. We've only been faffing about here for about half an hour. And I'm gonna show them a few other sample sets.
Yes,
and, just so you can hear the difference, what's going on there. Because some sample set producers have a different way of doing things, and I think they create their own signature sound that way.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, in a way, as I said, knowing the Blackburn instrument as I do, I mean, it's but this is quite something.
Fantastic, isn't it?
It's
phenomenal.
I think of many places I'd love to have a sample sets of, but I can imagine there's some that just won't allow it.
There are some that absolutely won't allow it. But I'm going into the sample set business. So
are you?
So maybe with our diplomatic skills in the organ world, maybe we can get some very interesting instruments under our belt. What do you think?
Oh, I'd be on for that. Yeah, sure.
You heard it here first.
I'd be on for that. Definitely.
Endorsed by WM. Wayne, what are you doing in this part of Germany? Why are you here? You're not just here to visit me, obviously.
Well, no, I came along because, you're here, and so it's just, I've always been dying to come and see you here. Now, I'm here with my former orchestra, the WDR Funkhaus Orchestra. We have a tour at the moment which is going around certain cities in this part of Germany, and it's a kind of Gershwin celebration,
Wonderful.
So we're doing Rhapsody in Blue, because of course this is the 100th anniversary, the centenary of the first performance of Rhapsody in Blue, which took place in 1924. So we're honouring that. We have orchestral works of George Gershwin, and so it's. Yeah.
And now you're conducting and playing the piano, is that right?
I'm conducting and playing, yeah. So
wonderful.
It's quite a.
If you're in Germany around this time and you can get to one of these concerts, go.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I think you did this before, because there are videos of you on YouTube with the WDR Orchestra performing roughly the same program from a few years back.
Yes. So it's a program which is with the orchestra as well. We're doing the Catfish Row, which is a very interesting compilation. It's a Catfish Row's Porgy and Bess, compiled by George Gershwin, actually.
Wonderful.
So it's just nice to put that together. And Mississippi Suite, Freddie Groffet, not so well known, but wonderful,
beautiful stuff. Yeah,
very romantic kind of American style music.
Yeah.
So yes, it's just nice to be back with the orchestra again and touring, and then immediately after this, I then go to Detroit to play Rhapsody in Blue with the Detroit Symphony. My debut in Detroit. So I'm looking forward to that.
When you're in Detroit, if you get the chance, try to visit the Fox Theatre.
Ah, right,
with its 4-manual, 36-rank Wurlitzer original installation. You have to try and get your hands on that.
Thank you. I will certainly try.
Do it. It's absolutely wonderful. Detroit, wonderful place.
Yeah.
Wonderful place.
Looking forward to
exciting.
it. Great stuff.
Exciting. So is it just an orchestral and piano tour you're here for, or will there be some organ work as well?
No, there's no organ work. No. So I'm just here, just really conducting and touring. That's it. Yep. So I look forward to returning to do some organ work here in Germany maybe next year. And
definitely. We'll need to sort something out.
Yeah, we do. Yes,
what do you prefer these days, conducting or playing? Or when I say playing, I mean playing the organ. What?
Well,
I mean, that's completely different.
Totally. I mean, the thing is, I couldn't survive as a musician if I didn't play. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Of course, I enjoy to play. I mean, when I'm playing, it's just me. When I'm with the orchestra, of course, it's another kettle of fish altogether. But I mean, I enjoy both. I enjoy both, and I mean, I love to play the organ. If you were to ask me if I enjoy playing the piano more than playing the organ, I would say I enjoy playing the organ more than I play the piano.
Okay.
Simply because I have much bigger repertoire as an organist than I have as a pianist. Yeah. But the piano, of course, is very important to me as a keyboard player, because without the piano, I couldn't play the organ. Yeah. So that's very important. But conducting, as I said, is wonderful. It's just nice to be working with different orchestras, different musicians, different different cultures, different temperaments. You know, it's fascinating.
Wonderful. So when you go to Detroit, will you be conducting and playing yourself there as well?
just playing.
Just playing.
Okay.
Nice.
It'll be nice. It'll be
Okay.
nice. So
you can relax a bit then.
I can relax a bit. Yeah. But the Fox Theatre sounds like a good idea.
Please try it.
Definitely
try to get in. If anyone's watching and have any contacts to the Fox Detroit. And that wonderful organ. I played there myself. I played there back in, it's about 20 years ago now, 2003, 2004 I think, when I was there. And I had a day at the Fox and the Wurlitzer. And it's, to this day, the best theatre organ installation I have ever
definitely
played.
got to go and check it out. I mean, I'm not really a theatre organist as such, but I love.
But you've got the jazz gene.
The jazz gene is there, yeah. But that's definitely there. But I mean, I will definitely.
Try to get it, because it's an absolutely amazing place.
The Fox Theatre.
Yes. And it's one of those original movie palaces, 5,000 seats, everything in original condition.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Fabulous.
Absolutely
fabulous.
Beautiful. We are digressing.
We are, but
we
it's
are
okay.
digressing.
But it's okay.
Wayne has very generously offered to play a piece of music for us on this Blackburn imitation.
Yes,
Blackburn imitation.
I'm just going to improvise. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. And on any particular theme?
You decide.
I decide.
I don't know.
Shall I give you a melody to improvise?
A melody.
This is spontaneous. We did not talk about that.
No, we didn't.
Do you fancy a melody to improvise?
Yeah.
Let me get a hymn book.
What do you? Yeah.
Do you want a hymn book or a jazzy tune? A hymn book.
No, a hymn book. You just tell me what the theme is.
Oh no, I'm giving you one you won't know.
He's going to give. I don't know. Even better. Okay.
This is one you don't. This is my favourite. Actually, no. Let's do another one. Let's do Vanessa's favourite.
Vanessa's favourite. Okay.
All right. Let's do Vanessa's favourite. We worked something out today, the pair of us, when we were driving over from Montauban. We have a lot in common, Wayne and I.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We know what we're talking about, but we'll leave it at that. This is a beautiful hymn melody. And so on and so on. But. Lovely. A very sort of. It could be a very Anglican melody.
It could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
Could be. Fancy playing around with that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, put it up there.
There you go.
The key of F major.
Ladies and gentlemen, live. Completely spontaneous. Are they mine or yours? No, they're yours. We've got double headphones going on here.
I think these are mine.
And these are. Let's put that around the back so you don't fall over it.
All right.
I've got my headphones here so I can hear what's going on. We are let's make sure we're recording.
Are we recording?
It's literally live. We don't know what we're doing.
So I better play the theme over first, hadn't I, really?
I suppose you had better have a think. Now, Wayne has set himself up some beautiful registrations here in Blackburn on the organ. And I don't know. Do you want to tell us about your selections of registrations, or shall we just listen?
No, I mean, when I set up a certain basic sound, I mean, I'm more interested in the sound block sound. So I have like 8 foot, all the 8 foot principals together. That means all the sort of diapasons, the flutes, the celestes all together. I have 16, 8, and 4 flutes and foundations together. Adding that with the reeds, a mixture sound, playing them 8 foot up to mixture, and then 16 foot up to mixture. Then I kind of 3 types of tutti. 1 tutti without mixtures, 1 with mixtures.
3 types of tutti.
Yeah, tutti. Yeah. Then a tutti which has the bombard 32. And that's basically it. Serpent. I also have a combinations which is just like the great. It's got an 8 foot flute and a 8 foot trumpet solo on the swell with positive 8 and 2, kind of that. And then I have a combination which is just the 8 foot flutes together with the tremolants.
Ooh.
Yes.
While he was setting all this up, I was faffing about in the background doing other things, so I haven't heard any of this. I'm rather interested.
Yes, so here we go.
Right. Well, what I'm going to do, let me turn the camera away again, because you don't need my fist hog in this. So let's just turn this back round.
All live, this all totally unscripted.
Unscripted, totally live. That's it. As long as we have our mascots on screen, otherwise people will get very annoyed.
And what we have to say, of course, is that we have to wear headphones because there are we can't actually hear the organ in the room.
That's true.
So we have to listen to everything on.
I'm here. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's true. I don't have. I theoretically have speakers as pieces of furniture here, but Wayne was quite amazed that I only use headphones here. But because of the little one downstairs, and because
of course.
I start at 10 p.m. You see, live streams start at 10 p.m. and I can't be playing here loud organ music until midnight.
It would be good, wouldn't it?
It would be lovely, but.
She would not be too impressed, would she?
Well, the problem is she might be too impressed and I can't get her away.
I see, that's it.
I want her to be a drummer, you see.
All right, boss, here we go. So this tape, I'll play it through. It's quite long, that, wasn't it?
Pretty good. I like. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's a beautiful sound, isn't it?
Fantastic.
How does it feel? For example, I mean, do you sort of get lost in the space and feel that you're at the real instrument?
A bit. Yeah. I mean, it's very addictive, isn't it?
It is.
I want one of these. I want one.
Well, I made this all by myself. It's perfectly possible.
But the manuals are just what standard stock.
The manuals are just standard Fatar, whatever they're called. You know, these Italian things.
Yeah.
Fatar, I think, is the maker of it, and the electronics. I got the electronics from a guy in the Netherlands who specialises in that.
Okay.
And the only thing with that, the desk it's sitting on is an IKEA desk.
Oh, it's a desk, isn't it?
It's just a desk.
Oh yeah, my goodness, yes.
It's just an IKEA desk, and the frame of the wooden frame around the manuals, that was done by an organ builder friend. He did that for me.
Yeah.
And he did the surround to the pedal board as well.
Yeah. The pedal board is from
the pedal board was a donation.
Right.
Someone donated. It's an old pedal board. I think it's actually from an old electronic organ. It's not 100% conform. It's not the right size. It's ever so slightly too narrow. Ever so slightly.
Yeah.
We're talking inches, but over the whole thing.
Okay.
But it was free, my son. It was free.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but it's amazing, isn't it? It's
it does the job.
Yeah, but when you consider, the cost of a real pipe organ.
Ooh.
And then, okay, you've got all these sample sets here, and it's all digital, and you've got it here just in your own front room, basically.
Exactly.
And that's fantastic,
isn't it?
I'm really impressed.
You need one, don't you?
Yeah, I want one. Yes.
You need
Please, I want one.
You're going to conduct a few more concerts, don't you?
Yeah, I need to conduct a few more concerts. But
Jennifer, can he have one, please?
I'm sure she'll let me have one.
I think she'll let you have one.
Definitely, yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And like I said, this is one sample set.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's it. And well, how many sample sets do I have on there? Several. An awful lot, really. But
and you need a big storage unit as well.
The PC. We were talking about computers earlier as well. Now, normally in the real world, I'm a Mac guy. I do all my editing. When just been a Mac guy since I was at university myself. But you have to have a PC for certain things. But simply for the price point of view, you need at least 128 gigs of RAM to get these big sample sets to.
Right. Yeah.
To have the full effect, shall we say, to load up every single sample at its full resolution, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You need to have as much RAM as possible, and with a PC, it's much more affordable. Basically.
I think that this is. People out there might not know or understand what's actually involved in something like this, but for me, it's very, very interesting, to all the technical side of it, and what's involved. And the thing is, it's amazing that you've been doing this since COVID, right?
Yeah, that's right. Before COVID, I had never even entertained the idea that I would need or want Hauptwerk. I always thought Hauptwerk, it's for those. We know them, the organ geeks who like sitting at home in their darkened cellars, burning candles, playing Bach trio sonatas in the middle of the night. He's threatened, by the way, to make me play Bach to him, and he's going to. He promised he's going to try and work out where this mental block I have comes from. You want to see it, don't you?
I want to see it. Yeah, definitely.
Damn it. But no, this is the thing about Hauptwerk. We wanted. I never thought I would need it, but then up came COVID, and it was suddenly, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And I'm incredibly grateful, actually, that this amazing technology exists, and that I was able to put this together in a relatively short space of time and keep going.
It's so simple, and yet, and you always have great sound, and that's the one thing I noticed from your show. You always have great sound, which of course is very, very important.
That's the most important.
Yeah, the sound has got this sort of sound really amazing.
That's right. And the amazing thing is, because all of this is just the internal sound running through my Mo2 audio interface into the ATEM to be streamed, and that's it. There's no processing of the sound at all. It's just the Hauptwerk sound coming through there into the ATEM and off into the interweb, and that's it.
It's brilliant, genius, and
it's on paper it's simple, but the workings of it are.
But you're also reliant on a really amazing internet connection as well. Yes.
Yes.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to have a stable internet connection for streaming. It has to be stable.
When I was in Malta during COVID, I was lucky enough to have the organ in St Paul's Cathedral, the Anglican Cathedral, which is literally next door to our house. And at that time, the Chancellor said, "Look, the organist there for me to use because no one was using it. The church is closed. So of course I moved all my recording gear in there, and they also had a very steady internet connection because that's very important. So I had this guy make this, very long Ethernet cable, probably about 40 meters or something. I mean, it's totally not necessary, but I wanted a long cable just so that I can connect it to the router or what it was, and then into my computer because that was the thing to have a steady internet. So week in week out, I was always tweaking the sound, and I used four microphones, my 18K and 183s and 184s on the organ, main 183s on the main mix, and then on the pedal trombone, which is actually around the side.
Hiding, isn't it?
I had a pair of 184s just on that. Yeah, just so that I could really get a bit of presence in it.
Yep.
And then I had a mixer, and I was mixing all the sounds together, and then I had some different microphones for speaking and so on. So in a way, it became a kind of obsession.
That's it.
But every week the sound had to be really A1, because you can't listen to such bad sound. You can't have a sort of iPhone and stick it up there and put Facebook Live on and hope for the best. It's got to be great sound, and this is the thing I've always we're exactly
talking about it the whole time
on that, and it's then it makes this kind of technology really worthwhile because we have to keep coming back and listening to it again and again and again and again.
Yep.
So
basically, we're creating every time we do something live, we are creating or archiving recordings. Simple as that.
Exactly.
It's a recording every week. Well, in my case, I normally do 2 a week. When you were doing your Facebook, you were doing at least once a week. Is that right?
Yes. Well, actually, I did 2 a week because I did one from the cathedral, and then I did one
at
home as well.
Piano. That's right. Yes, of course.
Yeah, and again, that was my wife Jennifer who she came up with the idea of that.
That's right.
Because when COVID started, I remember my last concert was in Moscow, and then I came home, and then chaos started. And then she said to me, Sunday night you're going live on Facebook. I didn't even
sit down, play.
Didn't even know what Facebook was all about because I never used social media then.
Oh my God.
No.
And here's the thing. Wayne is, well, everybody knows Wayne, of course, but Wayne, you are, I would say, one of the, I don't want to put a number on it, but we're talking the top international organists, concert organists, and just organists in general, right? But like some of the others, and I'm going to mention 2 other names here, I hope you don't mind, all of them have social media, YouTube presences. But you for some reason, I'm not sure if it's people don't believe it's you or it's someone else putting it up there. David Briggs is the other, and Olivier is the other one, Olivier Latry.
Yeah.
You all have YouTube presences, yeah?
Yes.
And you put stuff up there regularly, and I think people sort of look at it and go, is that really them? And they don't watch it. But there's all these sort of YouTube organists. I'm going to count myself as one of them. I've got over 50,000 subs now. There are an awful lot of channels that already have over 100,000 subs. And we're nowhere near your league, and I don't understand why we have that and you guys don't. Social media. But like you say, you're late to the party, Wayne.
Well, I'm late to the party, but I tell you,
go and subscribe to his channel, please, right now.
Well, you can, but as I said, for me, it's most important that whatever I put up online has got to be really good.
That's it.
And the sound, the video, it's all got to be, I haven't got the sophistication of the video like you have. But certainly with the microphones, it's important that audio I really understand, and I think it's very, very important that we just take the lead from this and really make it good audio because as I said, we have to listen to it again and again and again and again.
I remember the first time we spoke, we were talking about audio recordings, and it was you that came up with the idea of the 3rd omnidirectional microphone in the middle.
Yes, that's another one. That came from a very good friend of mine who was also a very great recording. My friend Jake, and the center mic. You have 2 opposite.
You have your AB,
and then one in the center.
Yeah.
Which captures that. That's always.
There's just that little gap in the middle.
Yes, so what fills in the middle, and it does work. I don't use my setups like that all the time because but. Most of the time, say 80% of the time, I set it up like that just to get that extra bit of, and the center mic has to be more of a kind of, mono mic, which then is, it's just in the center.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Whereas the others are panned left and right.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I sometimes do now, I've got my left and right, and in the middle, I might have a mid-side set up. So I've got another omni pointing towards the sound source at the middle, and then a figure of 8 pointing to either side, and use that. So that really gives you an incredible stereo image there on top of your already stereo image from the ABs.
That's it.
Delicious.
It is, yes.
It is delicious.
But it's important to talk about these things because I mean, I think the more that people understand about audio and recording, what sounds good, and it's important. It's got to sound good. It's got to sound good.
Are you one of the guys who belongs to the keep it simple camp, or are you one of the guys who sort of thinks, right, I have an organ, we have a case there, a case there, a case here, a case there, I need 400 microphones all over the place?
No, I'm not like that. I think that when we listen to something, I mean we hear everything in stereo, don't we? So I mean, wherever you're standing in the building, you obviously have to get that kind of presence of sound. Of course, having mics close to the instruments, of course, helps a lot because you can then mix it down afterwards and so on. But it's important to capture the real sound.
Yeah.
I think that's the important thing. It's the important thing to capture the real sound as best as possible.
Exactly.
I tend to, if I'm recording myself, I tend to sort of have the microphones closer to.
You like the direct sound?
Yeah, I like this direct sound because the way I play, I want to be able to pick up a lot of the detail. So you're laughing at me.
Can I ask you a very personal question?
Yes.
And I think this is a question that you've been asked a million times. You know what's coming, don't you?
I think so.
You think you know what's coming. And it's something that I love. When I was growing up, and I think a lot of you younger folks out there, when you were growing up, you had 3 organ CDs.
Yeah.
There was 3 organ CDs. One of them was David Hill at Winchester Cathedral playing all sorts of goodies. One of them was, I'm not going to mention the middle one, but there was a CD of yours where you were just going crazy playing wonderful transcriptions.
Ah, yes.
Absolutely one. And everybody had that CD and everybody loved it. And everybody always said, by God, that's fast.
Yeah.
And that was kind of your thing for a while, wasn't it?
Well, it's not my thing. It's just that because I play things at a tempo not because I can do it, it's because that's how I feel the music.
Yes. Yes,
and it's not about just trying to show off and say play it as fast as possible. I can play it. Yeah, I can play it fast. Yes, I can. But it's not about that, is it? It's about that's how I feel the music. That's how I
remember there was a wonderful, and I think it was an interview you did in Malta, and we were talking about Vito. They were talking about Vito's Toccata.
Yes, all right.
And you were saying, and you launched into it at that perfect speed that you love and have, and we adore. And I remember listening to that and thinking, yes, thank you. And you explained it perfectly. You said it's the attack of the pipes. If the organ is up to it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And let's record it up close. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And it's great. And it's the energy and the power of the piece. And a couple of weeks later, there was another organist who said, well, no, you can't play. For example, in Saint-Sulpice, you could never have played it that fast because the organ wouldn't have allowed it.
Well, I mean, this is the thing.
Which is not true.
Which is not really true. I mean, I played Saint-Sulpice and, and I played it at a much quicker time.
Perfectly possible, isn't it?
But you have to remember, of course, that Charles Marie Vito, when he recorded the Vito Toccata, he was an old man.
He was
an old man, but he could still play. But the piece, I mean, the piece really is, it's a virtuoso piece, but harmonically, it's very uninteresting.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's no point in trying to make a big thing of the harmonic deficiencies of the piece, just because you have to play it play it. And of course, being a pianist, this is very important. Being a pianist, because I can play it the way I do.
That's it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So.
And also, just one last anecdote about the Vito thing. Vito recorded. Everyone goes on about Vito's recording. Oh, when he played it himself, no. When he recorded it once at the age of 80, whatever, he played it at that speed,
at that tempo.
Chances are, when he was a younger man, he would have played it.
I'm sure.
Pretty up there.
Sure, of course,
because he was a cheeky guy. Vito was a very cheeky guy. He was into a lot of things that Wayne or I are into as well. And there was an element of humour and cheekiness to Vito as a person, which nobody believes nowadays. But I reckon that there was a
cheeky
bit
side
of power
to him.
behind there.
Yes. He was he always appeared to be a very stern, serious, kind of, very academic kind of guy. But
Oh no.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do some research on Vito's private life, and you will soon see he was a very different chap.
He was indeed.
He was. Oh, wonderful! This is amazing.
Well, this has been really great. I've really enjoyed it.
Is that it? Are we done?
Well, what else do you want me to do? What?
I've got something lined up. You're going to hate me for this, but
what is that?
Well, you've already said it. You see. Now hold on. What we have to do? I have to press that button there. That stops the recording. So let me just call this Wayne. Click. Now that goes and records. So I've got that set. Now that's fine. I'm going to quickly save your registrations because I want to play with them myself sometime.
You can,
if I may.
You may, of course, absolutely.
But what I want you to do, I want you to do this. We're gonna leave Blackburn.
Yeah.
We're going to fly across the Atlantic, and we're going to go to.
Are we still recording?
We're still recording. This isn't, but this is my lovely. It's not a Whirl. It's a Morton sample set, and I don't know. Do you fancy just playing a quick sort of something Gershwin-esque for a laugh?
Ooh, yeah.
So we've got the usual accompaniment, complete with its bits and bobs. We're not recording this yet. We are now.
Oh, I see we're recording, are we?
We are now. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love it if this is complete spontaneity. We did not talk about this. He didn't know this was coming.
No, I didn't know.
Not that the rest of it was organised either, but this is. I'm putting you on the spot. I hope you don't mind.
It's all right.
You don't mind, do you?
I tell you what. I'm going to play. I'll play the entertainer. In a kind of, it's all right.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got, because I've got my. Don't bother with that one. 0. On 1, I've got some nice sort of slushy big band sounds. On 2, it's kind of like a trumpet. On 3, we're getting pretty big. And up on the solo, I've always got something silly.
Good, because I haven't set up anything here, so
exactly.
I don't know what. So I do. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yes. Oh, well, I tell you, that was totally unrehearsed. And
as if the other one was rehearsed.
Oh, there's nothing enough, but it's wonderful.
Now, if that isn't an advert to get Wayne on the Fox Detroit, I don't know what is.
Well, I'm definitely going to go on it. And
please do.
I'd like to get some sort of like some just 8 foot sounds in this. I mean, how do you've got just 8 foot? You've got all the 8 foots
just the. You want the shimmering theatre.
Yeah, the 8. Yeah, just the 8.
I'll tell you what you really know. I know what you want. I know what you really want. You want. If I go to this, these are my little naughty registrations here. But what I think what you're after is These aren't just the eighths. This is the. I'll give you the eighths in a minute.
The eighths. Achtfuss.
Oh, a touch of the old. Here's a beautiful. Here's a beautiful. The tuba with tibia clausa 8. That's for effect. And here we've got strings and vox.
Ah. Is this under expression?
Yep.
Ah.
Left and right. The right one is crescendo.
Change key. Okay.
It had to be done. It had to be done.
Well, I'm glad. It's nice. It's like putting me on the spot a little bit, but it's okay. Actually,
I don't get the feeling you're feeling terribly distressed.
Not at all. No. Because it's just. I mean, in a way, I sort of like treat it like a big piano. But I said the sounds are just. I'm just working with it. They're not my sounds, you know, but because they're all your sounds. But
what I've done with these, I called these registrations ballad, and I sort of build and build and build. And you know, I love my big. I've got my big all my 5-finger chords going on in the melody line. Big band. I'm a big band organist. And I just build. It's like
I'm just listening to how the theatre organists play. This is the melody, the count.
Well, you've got your second. I don't have second touch on these. I'd love to have second touch on those. That would be amazing.
Oh, you do
where you go down another level, and off you go.
Yeah, that's great.
Have you ever played the Blackpool Tower Wurlitzer?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
You have never played it? No.
We should go and do it. We should. Phil, can we come and visit you sometime?
Yeah, Phil. Yeah, Phil Kelsall.
Phil Kelsall, yeah.
He's still there.
You know Phil?
I know of him. I don't know him personally, but you know.
Phil.
But Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go and do it.
Are you going to visit? Are you going up north to visit home at all? At any point?
I'll be there in October. Actually, next month.
Because that's not too far from Blackburn, is it? It's
not really, but I'm not going to have time to go though. That's the only thing. I'm going to be conducting at my old school in Manchester, Chatham School of Music.
Wow.
Going to conduct the orchestra. We're doing Pulse Planets. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Doing that and Rachmaninoff's first piano concerto. Really looking forward to that. Yes.
You're just conducting. You're not playing.
I'm conducting. No, someone else is going to play the piano part for that.
Wow.
But looking forward to.
Well,
Such a
that's
great
lovely.
piece. That Rachmaninoff is a great piece.
You know what I love about Rachmaninoff? This is an insider if you're an orchestral conductor. Rachmaninoff's orchestral works. He's always got in the cellos. He's always, and I know you love this kind of thing. He's always got sort of from the bass. He's got that lovely tenth in the cellos, giving that lovely warm, rich sound. Oh.
Like Corngold as well.
Yes.
Corngold does it in the double bass. Is this wonderful?
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, love it.
There you are. Little insider there.
Good.
Mr. Marshall.
Well, Mr. Gartshore, this has been a very spontaneous.
Yes, wonderful.
I love it. I love these sort of crazy situations that
We should do
come
more
out.
often.
We should, yeah. Well, when I'm here again, I'll come and
I was hoping there'd be an invite to Malta there.
Well, you can come to Malta anytime. I mean, there's a lot of interesting organs there to play. And,
Really?
Well, I mean, there's a cathedral. It's St Paul's Cathedral, Anglican. There's also the St John's Co-Cathedral, which has got a nice. Mascioni. Yes, Mascioni.
I've got a Mascioni on Hauptwerk here.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could check it out afterwards.
There's
also St Augustine's Church, where I used to play a lot. That's a two-manual Mascioni, wonderful from 1956 or 58, which was restored.
Yeah, lovely.
And it's really wonderful. But I've not been to the church for quite a few years now. So, but it's wonderful organ, wonderful. So there's. Apart from the great weather in Malta, of course, there's lots of great things to see. Really.
I can imagine. When you're back home in the UK, what's your go-to instrument there?
Well, I mean, my favourite organ in the UK, the best organ I think in the UK, is at Westminster Cathedral, without a doubt.
Yes.
Westminster Cathedral is for me really. King's College, Chapel, Cambridge. I mean, you can't.
Oh yes.
I mean that as a building and as an amazing.
Access is a bit.
Yeah, access is a bit difficult, but I have.
Oh, you have connections.
I have connections there, yeah.
Family connections.
But it's. I mean, the Harrison there is an accompaniment. It's fantastic. Yeah, and when you look at it and you think and you hear what comes out of it, you think, my God, how is it possible? You know, it's just something about that instrument. But it's great.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Dwayne Marshall. Thank you for spontaneously agreeing to let me record you. This was just this was going to be a visit for a cup of tea and a chat.
Yeah, but this has just been wonderful to come and play, and really has been fantastic to come. Wanted to come and check this out, and to see you as well.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Didn't you tell me that many years ago I played a concert and you turned the pages for me?
A long time
Where was
ago.
this?
I think it was Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh?
Yes.
But where did I play in Edinburgh?
It was either St Giles Cathedral or the Reed Hall at the university. I can't exactly remember. It was one or other. Or was it? Was it the Anglican Cathedral? No, it wasn't the Anglican Cathedral. It was...
I can't remember,
Me neither. But I was probably very, very drunk.
You were very drunk?
Probably.
And I must have been as well. I don't remember.
I'm sure it was.
Really?
Maybe it wasn't Edinburgh then. Maybe it was. It was north of the border.
Was it in St Andrews? Were you up there?
Oh, that's possible. Yes.
St Andrews.
Yes.
I remember playing there
in the in the church that was connected with the university.
Is that
the organ is sort of at the side?
That's it.
That was it. Yes.
Was that where it was?
That's where it was.
Okay.
Right. We weren't drunk after all.
No. Because I was thinking I don't think I've ever played an organ concert in Edinburgh.
It's about bloody time then, isn't it?
It is about time, yeah.
John Kitchen, if you're watching.
Edinburgh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've conducted at the Edinburgh Festival, but never actually played an organ concert.
All right.
But yes, St Andrews.
It must have been St Andrews.
Right,
because there was a weekend of music. I remember now, there was a weekend of music. And
am I playing? Is it?
Are you playing? And there was...
It's off, isn't it? It's off, isn't it? Yeah.
And we can turn the recording off too. Click.
Good.
I'll cover another name in a moment.
Yeah.
There was... You played your concert, and then I think it was the following night, there was a choir and orchestra, and of course organist who came to do the De Ruffle Requiem. And I turned pages for the organist there because it was my then organ teacher, a guy called Tom Lang Riley, who was playing the organ for that.
Okay.
And I just spent the entire weekend turning pages for people.
Brilliant. Well, not bad.
That's a long time ago. I was a student.
Many. Yeah, I think I was as well, I think. Something like, yeah. Or whatever, yeah. Long time.
He doesn't look it, but he's a little older than I am.
That's a little. Yeah, but, you know.
Just a little.
Who's blushing now? Right, yeah.
Cheeky.
Right, sir.
We're going to sign off for now. We've got things to talk about.
We've got things we must.
We've got things to talk about.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been Wayne Marshall live at Gartshore Towers.
Been great. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next time. Done.